Good evening, guys. Welcome to the channel. I am very excited to bring you this video and this update, but there's also a lot of great things that happened today that I want to touch base on before we talk about the Cuda and stuff like that. So, what is going on to everybody in the chat? This is going to be a short video. I've had a lot of my subscribers and people who don't subscribe but still watch my channel say, hey, you know what? Maybe you should keep the videos to 15 minutes. I'm going to try that. It's really hard to do when you have a lot of content. But in any case, what I want to touch base on first is some really good news that I found out today pertaining to the Redeye. So anybody who's following my channel who wants to know, hey, Corey, what's going on with the Redeye? We're waiting to see it. For some reason, they didn't update me at all on the Redeye delivery status. I don't know why, but no one told me nothing, or nobody told me anything is the proper English. I was supposed to get an update letting me know when it shipped. So apparently, my vehicle has been on a delivery truck for 6 days, and they say it's anywhere from 10 to 14 days for delivery. So what that means is that we're over halfway through the delivery process, and they work the weekends, which I've confirmed with Dodge. So New Year's Day, they may not be working. New Year's Eve, I believe they are. So what that means is my Redeye should be at the dealership no matter what sometime next week by the end of the week. So the Redeye will be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I got a lot of content coming. We're going to be stripping down the Hellcat Charger, okay? It's got to get stripped, which means the wicker bill's got to come off, the front bumper's got to come off to get the splitter. I got to get the wider wheels off, which I'm selling the SPR splitter, the wicker bill. I've got the 315 Continentals in the back with 10x5 wide factory reproductions. Those got to be sold. The Corsa exhaust has got to go. The PCM that's unlocked, as well as the Trinity tuner, that's all got to go. It's going to be all stripped next week, and then we pick up the Challenger probably Friday, Saturday, or Monday. So we're looking at like the 4th, the 5th, or the 7th, somewhere in that time frame. So things are looking really, really good. But this video is not about the Redeye. We're going to have that update in detail probably Monday-ish. So we'll do that then. If anybody wants any parts off my Charger, email me info@drivewithdemons or hit me up on Instagram. So let's get going here. What I want to talk about is the Cuda. My last video did very well on the Cuda, but there's a lot of things I didn't touch base on, and I want to do that today. We really have, thanks Bill, I appreciate it. What I really want to do is touch base on a lot of the details that were missed about the Cuda. And not only that, another update according to what my sources know about this Cuda. And first I want to basically explain that the Cuda has been repatented or renewed by Dodge. So the Cuda's patent that they had for Barracuda and Cuda has been renewed somewhat recently. I'm not exactly sure when that happened, so don't try to quote me on me saying when it exactly happened. I have no idea. What I do know is that they renewed that, both of them, Barracuda, Cuda, both names renewed. Now, there are two potential options here for the Cuda. Now, the Cuda is coming. It's coming like 99.9% unless Dodge changed their mind. But what I'm saying to you right now by me saying that Cuda is coming is Dodge has planned to do this. The only way it's not going to happen is if they back out or if something goes wrong, which is very rare in the automotive industry. It's almost impossible, but nothing's impossible, really. I mean, really, technically in life, anything can happen. When we get down to it, though, I got some specs that I want to give you on paper. And I'm looking at those right now, and I want to basically go over these with you right now. So if anybody doesn't understand why the Cuda most likely will show up in a smaller trim with a V6 engine, then you don't know the history of the Cuda. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture up on the screen of a 1971 Cuda, which is right there. And what I want to do is explain that vehicle to you. Okay, the 1971 Plymouth Cuda, depending on what engine you picked, was between 3,400 and 3,700 pounds. With the 440, which was the biggest engine they had at the time, it was 3,600 and some change. So you could get it close to 3,700 pounds, but it was relatively a light vehicle. The length was 186 inches, or 186.6 to be exact. The width was 74.9 and the height was 50.9 with 108 wheelbase. Okay, so those are the specs for the original 71 Cuda. Now you look at the new Challenger, who everybody says the new Challenger is the same. It's not. The new Challenger is considerably larger and heavier, okay? The Scat Packs weigh 4,100 pounds and the Hellcat weighs 4,450 pounds. So on average here, we're looking at least 400 to 500 pounds, even 600 pounds heavier. It's a heavier car. Even with the 392, it's 400 plus pounds heavier than the original Cuda. The Challenger, the new Challenger, has a length of 198 inches. Okay, that is 11.4 inches longer. That's a big difference. That's an entire foot. Now, if you look at the width, 74.9 inches on the Cuda and 76 to 79 inches, depending on if you get the wide body. If you don't get the wide body, it's 76 inches. So we're a little over an inch, 1.1 inches wider. The height between 56 and 58, depending on the suspension. So we're looking at 5 inches higher. So we're looking at a longer, wider, higher, and heavier car. The Challenger is not the same as the Cuda. It's bigger. It always has been bigger. Anybody in here knows the Cuda and the Challenger knows that the Cuda is a smaller car than the Challenger. So it's most likely to see it return in the same aspect. And since Chrysler has killed the 300, which a lot of rumors are saying it's true, a lot of rumors saying it's not true. The 300 is not scheduled on Dodge's calendar to be built beyond 2019. 2020 is either going to be the last year or 2019 is going to be the last year. There's no plan for the future of the 300, which means that opens up an entire assembly line or lane at the assembly plant for the Cuda. And because the Alfa Romeo Giulia is the exact or damn near exact same size as the original Cuda, it's only fitting that the vehicle that people have seen driving around of the Cuda is indeed the picture that I've shown in the thumbnail in my last video, or the right picture in this thumbnail, which I'm about to put up on the screen for you right now so we can keep this going, which would be this one right here. Okay, so that right there is what we're pretty much almost dead set the Cuda will look like. The grille will be different. Certain aesthetics will be different. It won't be 100%. Let's go over the Giulia chassis and the size. The Giulia weighs 3,600 to 3,700 pounds. It's literally pound for pound the same as the Cuda. The length is 183 inches, which is only, based on specs, 3 inches shorter than the Barracuda. The width is identical at 74 inches. It's a little over half an inch narrower, but they could rectify that by widening the panels if they really felt half an inch was a big deal. Then you're looking at the height of 50.9 on the Cuda, whereas the Giulia is 56. So it's about 5 inches higher, but that's because it's a sedan. The wheelbase is 111 versus the 108 of the Cuda. So as an all in all, you're getting a vehicle that fits between the Cuda and the Challenger, but closer to the Cuda, and for weight and overall size is nearly identical. Nearly identical. So that vehicle that you're seeing on the screen right now, even though it's not the final image, it's just a rendering, a vehicle of very similar properties has been spotted in Vegas. Now, based on all of that, it seems more logical for FCA to produce this as this vehicle, the Cuda, being on the Giulia platform, because it fits into the right size and weight the original Cuda, attained. Not only that, they want to keep as true as they can to the original engine. Now, the first engine to come out in the Cuda was a slant 6, 2 slant 6s, 2 different sizes, and then a 4.5 V8. This was the original Barracuda. Now we're talking about back in 1964, 63, 64. So if you look back at that, that seems to be the direction that they're heading. And to be quite honest, FCA has thrown us curveballs before. So moving on to the next topic here would be this vehicle right here. It is also very possible, okay, for the new Cuda to be on the Challenger platform as a trim. All they'd have to change is the front bumper, the headlights, the taillights, the back bumper, the wheels, and a couple of interior badges. Now, that's very possible. It's less likely in certain ways than going on the Cuda, on the Giulia platform, because they wouldn't want to have two of the same, but then again, they had a Demon, a Redeye, and a Challenger. They have a Scat Pack, they had an SRT, you name it, 1320, they got it. So, it's kind of 50-50 at this point, although it's really hard to tell. People have seen the Cuda from the previous image in Vegas, and people have seen it at a showing, at a private showing. So this Cuda that's on the screen right now would be easier to make, but less likely according to what we've seen and heard. So it's hard to say at this point, but I will tell you what the options will be for the engines. If they release the Cuda in the Giulia platform, we're going to have a V6, which is a Pentastar, which is a 300 horsepower option. Considering the car only weighs 3,600 pounds, give or take is where it would be, that's 800 pounds lighter than a Scat Pack. So a 300 horsepower or an improved Pentastar with 350 horsepower, or even that new inline 6 with a turbo, it's supposed to replace the 5.7 we're hearing rumors of. That inline 6 might actually just be the Cuda engine with 390 horsepower. So that would make perfect sense for the Cuda. There might also be an upgrade for the Giulia engine. We might actually see the 505 horsepower engine from the Giulia go into the Cuda. Now, I know that's a specific engine for the vehicle, the Alfa Romeo Giulia chassis, but we might see that in the Cuda. That's a very big potential. And I really like the chassis to begin with. Alfa Romeo's chassis is great. The only problem with that chassis is you're not going to fit a hellephant engine in there or a Hellcat. So the Hemi days are not going to be there, or not going to happen at all for the Giulia chassis. What we could look forward to, it's very possible, is the Quadrifoglio engine. We very well could see the Quadrifoglio powering the Cuda. And that's a 505 horsepower engine. They could tweak it because guys have been getting 600 all day out of that engine with very little tuning. So it's not hard to say we couldn't see a 550 horse Cuda. And since it only weighs 3,600 pounds, it'd be like having a Scat Pack with bolt-ons and a tune and a 500 pound weight reduction. 505 or 550 horsepower in the Cuda at 3,600 pounds, that right there is good for mid-11s. Easy. That's a very fast car, probably low 11s. It just depends, I guess, on other things that we're not discussing here. There's so many different variables. The second option would be the add-on for the Challenger. If they do that, the Hellcat is possible. The 426 is possible. Hell, I don't even know why I'm using the word possible. More like inevitable. If they go with the Challenger add-on, we're looking at a 426, a Hellephant, or a Hellcat engine. So we're in the market of 700 to 797 horsepower or even more. And not only that, we're also looking at the 550 horse or 590 horse 426. So we got two possibilities here. We're going to go on the Challenger with the Hellephant, the Hellcat, and the 426. We're going to go on the Alfa Romeo Giulia chassis, keep it true to a Cuda, and have the V6 on there, or the inline 6 with the twin turbo Quadrifoglio as the upgraded engine. I know a lot of Cuda guys will get very pissed off if they put a Quadrifoglio engine in a Cuda. I know that's going to piss a lot of people off. But let's just sit here and be realistic that the original Cuda was a slant 6. So a 6-cylinder in a smaller vehicle than a Challenger is more likely than putting it in a Challenger. But Dodge has been known to screw everybody up anyway with all these, leaks and rumors. So I'm not here to say we don't know what's happening. I'm here to say it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be A or B. And so on the screen, it's either going to be that one or something sort of similar to that one, or it's going to be this one. So you could basically look back and forth. This one's more of a pony car, which is what I believe is what we're getting, or this one right here, which is an add-on to the Challenger. It's not saying it's going to look identical. These are just renderings based off what people have already seen or estimate or work in the industry, but it's going to be similar to one or the other. So we're just not sure yet which way they're going. It's just Dodge has made every single attempt, and they've done everything they can without actually announcing it that they're pretty much doing this. So now we just have to sit back and play the waiting game to find out which path they chose. And we're going to find that out at the Detroit Auto Show or the New York Auto Show. And also, for another video, I'm going to update you guys on the 426 is supposedly going to go into availability for order by the end of this year. So based on what I'm hearing, by the end of this year, sometime at the end of summer, beginning of fall, you're going to get ready to start being able to order the 426. We're going to get that announcement at the Detroit Auto Show most likely, as Dodge really wants to mess with the rumors and news, and they want to kind of compete with Ford because they're doing the GT500. So that's going to be real huge at the Detroit Auto Show. Why do you hate FCA? Fish Sticks, you should be excited. I'm looking through some comments right now to make sure I am not missing anything, and that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to update you guys on that. The Redeye is on the way. We're only about a week out from delivery, which is pretty awesome. I'm super pumped about that. I got some videos that I was going to be uploading today and tomorrow, and I decided to do this video instead. Tomorrow I'm going to upload the video on the new Dodge Dakota that has been leaked and potentially coming out. In the next 6 months to a year, there should be an announcement on that. So I got some details on the new Dakota possibly coming back in an RT trim, which would be really awesome as well. A 2.0 Hellcat with 300 horsepower. Never heard nothing on that yet. Just looking through. Yeah, David Walker, I agree. It will have the twin turbo V6. That's correct, which is the quadrifolio engine. They may call it something different. I don't know. The inline 6 engine could be put in the Cuda. Absolutely. What's up, Hemi Muscle? I don't know exactly what I would say about the Slant 6 coming back. That'd be awesome, but it's an old, outdated engine. I don't see them bringing that back. They could call it something similar. Dodge always does stuff like this. Cuda, man, I agree. The Cuda's body line is totally different than the Challenger, and it's also lighter than the Challenger. Always has been lighter and smaller for the most part. Manual transmission in a Cuda is guaranteed, almost. And nothing's guaranteed. I should take that back. But I would say that there's no way they're going to release it in an auto only, especially on the Giulia platform. If it goes with the Challenger platform as an add-on, it's potentially going to be auto only unless they get a manual that can handle 800 horsepower in the Hellcat version. I don't know if it's going to be a Dodge Cuda or a Chrysler Cuda, but it's probably looking like if they go with the Alfa Romeo platform, it's going to be a Chrysler. If they go with it's hard to even say that because Dodge likes to keep their Dodge brand lineup as the performance lineup. But then again, there was the Chrysler Crossfire and the Chrysler 300 SRT. So, yeah, I'm not entirely certain on that. It's something nobody really knows. So it's going to save weight, Humble Beast, for sure. The aluminum block will save weight. I'm just really not exactly sure on their plan, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be one or the other here. They just haven't decided yet. So I'm sorry if I missed any of the comments. I've went through. I try to scroll as fast as I can. I want to keep this video under 15 minutes, and I'm not mistaken. We're probably right around the 17-minute mark right now. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I want to update you on this. So Cliff Notes, it's either going to be on the Challenger platform or the Giulia platform. If it goes Giulia, you're going to get the quadrifolio engine as the top tier, 550 to 560. You might possibly get the inline 6 as being the base engine, or the Pentastar would actually be the base engine. So you have basically 3 V6s, one at 300 or 350, another one at 390-ish, and another one at 505 or 550. If they go with the Challenger platform, Hellephant 426, the 426 naturally aspirated, and the Hellcat are all possibilities. But I see it more or less being on the Giulia platform since the weight, wheelbase, width, and length, overall, and height are damn near identical to the original Cuda, whereas the Challenger is significantly bigger and heavier. So that's basically the gist of the video right there. Check me out on Twitch. Go over to Twitch. Check me out on there if you guys are gamers, want to hang out after hours. I'm on Twitch all the time. Don't forget to check out the store, drivewithdemons.com. And also, check out my brother, This Can't Be Happening. Great channel. A lot of funny stuff. I want to thank you guys for watching. I would definitely stick around longer, but I've had a lot of people ask me to keep the videos shorter, so I'm trying to crunch it all into a 15 or 18-minute video so it's not too long. But definitely, guys, if you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, comment below. Okay, so my camera battery died. So on that note, we're going to end the video. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't go anywhere. My camera battery died again. This camera sucks a lot of power, but if you're stopping in for the first time, subscribe, comment below, like. Also, when the video posts to YouTube, share, comment, watch it again. Let's have a discussion on there, and I'll definitely respond to your comments. I love hanging out with you guys. Love you all. Thanks so much for stopping in the chat. But until the next video, take care, everyone, and have a great night.